I'd like to begin by acknowledging the traditional custodians of the land on which this podcast was recorded, the Turrbal and Yugera peoples of Minjin. I pay my respects to the elders past and present, and extend that respect to all Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islanders people listening today. This always was and always will be Aboriginal land. Welcome to Brave Spaces, where we explore the messy and magical world of play. I'm your host, Cristina, and today we're talking about the risky play revolution. Now, before you grab your first aid kits, let's rethink what risky really means when it comes to kids and play. Because here's the truth. As Dahl once said, the more risk you allow children to take, the better they learn to take care of themselves. Do you remember climbing that huge tree in your backyard? Or racing your bike down a hill with no brakes? Those weren't just games, they were lessons. In those moments, you were testing your limits and building resilience and discovering what your physical and emotional capabilities really were. And yet today, children are surrounded by perfectly safe play spaces. But when we take away every risk, what else are we taking away? According to the RTE, Ireland's National Public Service Media, when children engage in risky play, like climbing high, moving fast, or using real tools such as hammer and nails, they develop better motor skills, problem-solving abilities, and confidence. Risky play gives children the chance to assess risk, make decisions, and explore their own capabilities. It helps them ask, "Can I do this? What happens if I fall? And more importantly, how do I try again?" This builds resilience, and resilience builds character. Let's talk quickly about risk versus hazard. The Health and Safety Authority tells us that the hazard is something likely to cause harm, but a risk, that's something with a potential. And when managed well, it has powerful learning benefits. That's where educators come in, with tools like risk-benefit assessments, like the one from England. We can balance safety and freedom. We can build inclusive play spaces that welcomes every child and challenge them grow. But how safe are these spaces really? A 5-year study by Morgan Leichta, Sachs E. and Jill Wood at the Parish School in Houston compared two playgrounds used by the same children. One was a traditional, which is fixed equipment playground. The other, an adventure playground filled with loose parts, tools, tires, and more. After analyzing accident reports over 5 years, that so-called risky adventure playground was actually 4.3 times safer than the traditional one. Injury rates were low on both, but children were less likely to get hurt on the adventure playground. Statistically, it was even safer than playing a golf. So, what's really risky here? Is it the play itself or our fear of letting our children take the lead? So to all educators designing programs and all families out there, let's not fear risk, let's understand it. Let's create brave and inclusive spaces where children are free to climb, to jump, and to test their limits. Let's stop asking, "Is this too risky?" and start asking, "What might they learn?" Because a child trusted to explore risk grows into an adult who trusts themselves. Thanks everyone for tuning into Brave Spaces. For more on risky play, check the references below, and remember, the best playgrounds don't just keep children safe, they help become brave. See ya!